Sorry guys that I didn't have a video up last week. I broke my camera and then something went wrong with filming, and I got really busy with writing up assignments and stuff, and oh my god, then I got sick and it's just a hectic week. But I'm here now, and so here is my video. So what I wanted to talk about for this week was the passage of time, which is something that I guess we're all familiar with because, you know, and everyone's probably aware that 10 years is a decade, but what we're probably not aware of is that when most people say 10 years ago, they're probably referencing the 90s. It's 2013, so 10 years ago would have been 2003, which is when I first started going through puberty. Bad memories. Just to put it in perspective for you guys, if you don't quite understand just how long ago your childhoods might have been, the Powerpuff Girls came out 18 years ago, which means that ever since Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, to now has been 18 years, which means that if Bubbles and Buttercup were students in Australia, they'd be out partying up on King's Cross and going nuts in the city on Friday nights, maybe. It'd be hard to do shots when you don't have any fingers. Something else that makes me feel old is that I realized The Simpsons came out December 17th of 1989, and The Simpsons came out about a year before I was born. So when you think about it, Maggie Simpson is older than me, which is a weird thing to think about. You also know that you're getting old when the new celebrities are younger than you. All the members of One Direction, Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus. And I found it weird enough when Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, and Rupert Grint became really famous for doing the Harry Potter films because they were the same age as me, or just a little bit older, and I was like, I could be there next year. But here I am, and nothing. Just makes you feel like you didn't do much with your life, you know? With all of that out of the way, something that I find quite interesting about the passage of time is the concept of evolution. Things like opposable thumbs, your higher brain function, even language, and how you're understanding what the hell I'm saying to you, are a result of evolution taking its time, I guess. Survival of the fittest, right? And so the thing is, to summarize it in a nutshell, what happened was the weakest members of a species would die off, and the strongest members of the species would continue living. But what's happening in today's society that is actually quite interesting is survival of the fittest has actually gotten to a point where it's not allowing itself to happen anymore. The things like advanced medicine, help with child rearing, education, advanced shelter, access to clean water. A lot of people who would have died back in the day are living through and passing on their seed. And I mean, it's even the little things, you know? Like the fact that we don't have to chase down our food anymore, that's part of, you know, us becoming the dominant species on the planet. Whatever you make for dinner, you probably didn't have to hunt for that. I mean, it probably wouldn't go down like this. Got it! Don't get me wrong, it's really great that, you know, we have the modern medicine and technology, but it's still just interesting to think about the fact that natural selection has gotten to a point where the dominant species is disallowing natural selection. And as a result of the fact that natural selection is kind of no longer really taking place, we've disallowed our own evolution. But we're probably never going to see mankind with wings or with gills or anything like that because, you know, we've invented things like airplanes and scuba tanks, so it's really not going to become the survival of the fittest anymore. We would just have freaks and we shove them into a circus and charge people money to see them. So if natural selection isn't occurring anymore, I suggest that we could maybe have some sort of cultural selection. There are a lot of things that are happening in today's society where we see attributes or qualities or desires that we think are perhaps not for the betterment of mankind. And so we could thin out our population accordingly. Oh hey man, what are you listening to?
Oh nothing bruv, just the new J Beebs album, yeah.
But hey, that's just one guy's opinion. You don't have to listen. I'll see you guys next week. Yeah!